just a ranch of roads and runways.
Look at this beautiful book. Now, where's this from?
That's a book that was done by some French people.
Mm-hmm.
They did a documentary on Route 66, and they also did the photography in the book and wrote it. It's all in French. I can't read it.
Yeah.
But they were kind enough to send me a copy. And this is pertaining to our particular town.
Oh, yeah.
From St. Louis to Rolla.
Oh, yeah.
This is the cafe at the other end of town. Let's see. This is Merrimack Caverns up by Stanton. That's it's world famous. And that's me.
There you are. Oh, my God.
And my lounge. This is the Wagon Wheel Motel at the other end of town here in Cuba. And this is a Studebaker collector.
Hey, tell us about the Studebaker. Those guys used to run a Studebaker. They had a dealership in town, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Who are they? Who are the folks in the Studebaker dealership?
The gentleman's name is Walt Dane. He still lives here in town.
Yeah.
His profession now is locksmith. And he still has a couple old Studebakers sitting down there.
Yeah. I heard that he has a big, lots of acreage with Studebakers sitting around. Is that true? Does he have one off in the countryside?
Off in the country somewhere. I don't know where. I've never seen him. I just see his place down at the other end of town.
Well, that's where we are, off in the country in Cuba, No Castro, Missouri. Talking with Fran
I'm
here
so glad you stopped by.
at the Route 66 Lounge. Merle Haggard once played here. Elvis ever been here?
Not to my knowledge.
Oprah?
No, but well, Betty Davis stopped in Cuba.
Oh,
she stayed at the Cuba Hotel one time.
What a babe, Betty Davis.
Many, many years ago. So that's about it.
We're in Roya, Missouri. This was an encampment for the Union Army, and some people here still feel the Civil War is going on. We're in the Ozark Mountains, here on Route 66.
That good old road will take you all the way from Clark and Ogden Street up in Chicago.
Is only about 20 feet wide here in Missouri. Very hard for cars to get by on it. It was very difficult during the war years. Look, I'm standing on the side of the road and they're all swerving to get by me still. Very narrow road. This is the 1926 alignment. Imagine driving this road in 1926, traveling 2,000 miles across the United States.
Now I was raised up somewhere in the middle. Me and my dad and watch them all roll through town. I saw license plates from stateside only dreamed of. They just waved goodbye, put that hammer down. Oh, the restless and the desperate, the young ones and the old, all together like a river flows. Oh Lord, I hope they got where they were going. All the children of the mother road. Now the Dust Bowl Okies stopped in Arizona, trading family things for gasoline, just to find themselves outnumbered by the thousands who'd already traveled down that road of dreams. And
name of this place?
This is the Wayside Inn in Hazelgreen, Missouri.
Wayside Inn in Hazelgreen, Missouri, right here on Route 66 with Jan Scott. Our series continues.
My name's Elva Henson. I used to be Elva Stewart, and I was born and raised in Buckhorn. My grandfather was one of the first settlers there back in the 20s and the 30s. I was born in 31.
You were?
Yeah, during the around Depression time. And before Fort Leonard Wood was our army, it was CC camp. And I remember when they had the highway through there. I can remember whole truck of GIs burning up down there on old 66.
Oh, is that right?
And during the war, this was called Bucket of Blood.
Uh-oh. It was, because there were so many wrecks. Is that right?
Yeah, Bucket of Blood. And the highway was originally years and years ago, before 66, it was Highway 14. My mother was born and raised on this highway, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, and on the other side of Waynesville.
It was dirt. You remember when it was dirt?
Parts of it.
Parts of it. Yeah, because people think that Route 66 was always paved, and it wasn't, was
No, it wasn't. And I can remember years ago when people went through with whole families, and they'd be have a wagon, and they'd be pulling a little baby in it. And the father would stop and want to know if there was something they could do around the place to get food for them. They'd be hitchhiking.
So you remember that you're one of the people that would remember way back. We run into a lot of people that have gotten into Route 66 since it's become popular in the past 3 or 4 years.
My grandfather and my father came down from Iowa years and years ago. And my father worked with the CC camp before he went into the Army.
CC stands for?
It was a federal,
program, huh?
Yeah, it was Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And Hoover.
Roosevelt and Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover and Roosevelt. Roosevelt's really the one that started the CC camps.
That's right.
And that was the town of Bloodland, Missouri. I can remember when the families came through here, and some of them were, wagons were pulled by oxen.
Is that right? On Route 66?
Yes, on Route 66. And I can remember the first house trailer I ever seen. It was built on the back of an old truck. And he built another thing on 2 wheels that he had his animal in. He had a goat, a chicken, and some stuff, and them goats for milk and the chicken for eggs.
Now these are Missourians getting out of the Depression and the Dust Bowl.
It was people from Oklahoma and Texas, and they were going to St. Louis. They thought they'd go up along the river, see, and get jobs along the river in St. Louis. And then there was people coming from that way going to California for the gold, too. So they would the highway was loaded with hitchhikers, bums.
Bums, yeah, people, huh?
People called them, and they'd ask if they could chop wood or something. I remember them taking my mother's axe, and they couldn't chop wood. They didn't know how to use it, and they dulled it so bad that she couldn't even use it again.
Did you feed them when they came through?
My mother fed everybody.
She fed everybody?
She fed everybody if it wasn't anything but a pancake. And
did you always have food here yourselves?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my grandfather had a grocery store in Buckhorn. He was one of the first, and he had an ice house and grocery store and a filling station, and my aunt, Elva Hutton, had a little restaurant up there. But
so did you always grow things here? Is that it?
Oh, yeah. Grocery store. I mean, we had, everybody had their gardens, and on Friday nights, they'd all meet at somebody's house, and somebody'd take potatoes, somebody'd take carrots and stuff, and they'd get there, and they'd cook all this big stuff up, and then they'd dance all night long.
All night?
All night till daylight.
What kind of music?
Good old fiddle hillbilly music.
Fiddle hillbilly, because we are in the Ozarks, and this is fiddle hillbilly country, isn't
That's right. Through here, about 5 years ago, from California, wanting to take pictures and stuff, and they started making fun of the hillbillies, and I sent them over to a good old hillbilly dance, and the next morning they was laying up there in the hill with a broken leg and a broken shoulder, and they got mouthy and got the hillbillies, and they worked them over.
Oh, they didn't. They did? It's a big mistake. Folks, when you're coming through the Ozarks, you don't make fun of the hillbillies, because, you could get hurt, huh?
Every town, every state has them.
Yeah, of course. I'm from Connecticut. I originally grew up there. I was telling Roger earlier, we had hillbillies where I was from. And he said, you hill people? I said, sure. Every state has them.
Everybody's got them. In places there's hills and people are living back in the hills, they call them hillbillies.
That's right.
Then from out, this is one of the first old refrigerators.
Oh, my, look at that, will you?
This is a Pepsi can.
Well, let's see that. Oh my God, that is really something. Yep. Ooh, that is old. That has to be very old, huh?
It is. And then here's a beer can.
That's what kind of beer can is that?
This here is Burgermeister.
Burgermeister.
Uh-huh.
Say that one more time now. What's that?
I said if you want to have problems, hire your relatives
Yeah.
or charge.
Uh-huh. So how do you and your cousin get along here? Pretty good?
Well, she's been with me 23 years.
Is that right?
We get into it, too.
No. Do you?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. Oh, yeah.
Here comes the whole
Here come the kids, huh?
grandkids.
And the grandkids. Well, this is a nice stove. This is all you have for heat right here, huh?
And
Cool.
it got down to 14 and 15.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
Hi, how are you?
I wish I could.
Grandkids, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, good, good. Going to be on TV. Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh! This is my granddaughter, Hazelgreen.
Hi.
Say hi.
Thing right there, that's not a cow pie, is it?
Yes, it is.
Let's get a picture of the cow pie. Work right in there, Raj. This is a cow pie. Oh my God! What's the story? Why did you frame a cow pie?
If you read on the bottom, I can't read it.
What's it say? I can't read it. It says authentic Texas Longhorn chip. What's this over here?
That's the remaining of a wild turkey.
That's the remains of a wild turkey. Good.
Yeah.
Look at these shoes down here. These are pretty cool. These are old hillbilly shoes, huh?
Yep.
I love it.
I had people.
Oh my God. Okay.
I had people from St. Louis come down here, and this was in the St. Louis on the front page, St. Louis paper.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the light out
you
there,
can
Roger.
see how the hornets intertwined
Look at
that.
that is really something.
That's-
See, I'll show you how big it is. I'll put my head in here. There are no bees in there, right?
No, it's
Whoops.
been hanging here for 23
23.
years.
Oh.
And here's the back side.
Oh
of
my
it.
God. And this is where you plug them up if you don't want them to come out.
Right here.
Right here. Yeah.
Right
No.
in
Right.
this hole
Right.
right
Right.
here.
That hole. Okay.
Yeah, this one right
Yeah. There you go. How do I know about that?
We made these and sold
Let's see
them.
the camera now.
City
Wait.
people
Here you go.
bought this.
And
And some city people bought this.
careful.
And they come down and told me that the wasps.
Aim it at Grandma. Okay, there
The
you go.
wasp had built a wasp nest on this, and the lady come back. She said, "That wasp nest is getting bigger." And I went down there, and it was a huge hornet's nest right by her door. So I gave her another one of these and brought this up here.
Okay, here we go.
It would have killed the children if they would have ever gotten mad and stung them.
Yeah, cruising on down the Lincoln Highway before it turned into the Will Rogers Highway. Highway in Missouri, where Jesse James and I hide out today. Get your kicks on what's left. 66. So follow state and homespun signs. Lead 9 is historic route. Taking ramps to corporate crapola, where history has been rubbed out. Lost in the mix on what's left. 66. Now a lot of miseries rattle down that road. From a trail of tears to watching the population explode. Counting clicks on what's left. 66. Yeah, no word for a grainer out there at the tracks. It's hard for a guy to thumb a ride with a dog and backpack. Get your kicks on what's left. 66. Now that desert goes on and on with distant peaks and blown tires leading away. You buy Indian cigarettes with puppies, no tax you'll have to pay. Get your fix on what's left. 66. Smoke it now, smoke it!
Johnny Ferguson, here at the Boots Motel in Carthridge, Missouri, the famous hotel that Clark Gable stayed at. That's what this town is known for.
That's what a lot of people tell us anyway.
Is that right?
Yep.
Clark Gable was a ladies' man. He used to come here from Hollywood to have affairs with various women.
Don't get it. He was only here one time, one night.
Right.
And nobody knows if he was with a woman or not.
Right. That's not what he was saying off camera. No, I don't.
No.
Oh, and then you have some famous Hollywood people that were born here too, movie actresses. Ann Baxter and
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon Perkins.
Yep. And of course, Belle Starr was born here too.
Belle Starr. Tell everybody who Belle Starr is.
It's an outlaw. I don't really know that much about her. I know about her too. And there's a Belle Starr museum here.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. But she was born here. Her parents was here.
Tell us about the Boots Motel. This is a pretty spectacular motel. It's one of the only ones like it left on Route 66, huh?
That's what I was told. There was a fella come through and he said that he had checked them all the way across, and this was the last one of this style left down here. Mm-hmm. It was built in 1939. It was added on to in 1944. Mm-hmm. It only had 3 owners, which was shoot, can't think of nobody's name.
No, you sat right out here in the corner of Route 66, huh?
Right on the corners. This used to be called the Crossroads of America.
Yeah.
It was 71 came in from the north, 66 come in from the west, or from the east and went west, and 71 came in, and well, it turned right there and went west both. Uh-huh. But it was called the Crossroads of America.
It's still busy?
It's still busy.
Yeah.
The roads have moved, but they're still busy. This road is still busy.
Is that right? I noticed a lot of trucks running on it tonight when we came in here.
Yeah, they're not allowed to go any further north than right here, but they are, yeah. There's a bunch of them. They run through here all the time.
You get travelers that come through.
Oh, this is a historical town.
Uh-huh.
This is.
How long have you been on Route 66?
Well, now, I left Route 66 in about 1960 and came back in 1978. I've lived on Route 66 a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I've never went nowhere on Route 66.
Yeah.
Never been nowhere on Route 66. It's just, I've just been on it.
Why not? You live on it.
I've lived on it. I don't know why that. When I was a kid, I wanted to drive Route 66 from coast to coast. That was one of the biggest things. When I get old enough to drive, it's the first thing I want to do. Drive from all the way across Route 66. I never did do it.
Now, but if you sit out here long enough, now you sit out here, right, almost every day and watch people.
Well, in warm weather, yeah.
In warm weather,
yeah. When it's cold.
Nice warm night tonight. Nice warm spring night here.
Yeah, it is. It isn't bad at all.
No, it's pretty nice.
It is. It's nice.
If you sit out here every day, sooner or later, everybody that travels on Route 66 is going to pass by your motel, right?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Uh-huh.
They go down Route 66, they got to come right by here, which you probably already know. And the route, well, you'll probably find that out tomorrow.
What's that?
But they're talking about opening up the old drive-in.
Oh, is that right? It's closed? I didn't know it was closed. We were going to go to the movies in a little while.
You didn't know the Route 66 drive-in was closed?
No.
It's been closed for several years.
I've been trying to rush this interview. I told them 5 minutes. I figured 9:30 we will catch the late show.
Not yet, you won't. There are no theaters in this town.
Now, where did you used to live on Route 66?
Over Galena, Kansas.
Over in Galena, Kansas.
Yeah.
That's all pretty, it's died down over there, hasn't it? There's not a lot going on there.
No, there's nothing left over at Galena anymore. It's just an old mining town. Mm-hmm. Galena is well, I guess when I lived there I liked it all right. Anymore I don't like it over there too much. But
yeah.
it was just, but what gripes me, and maybe I shouldn't say it,
yeah,
but it does gripe me, is them pushing in all them mine shafts over there.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was part of history. Believe it or not, that is part of our American heritage. It's things that happened in this country. And our kids, you drive them over Galena. Well, this used to be a mining town. There used to be chatballs here. Used to be mines here. There's no chatballs, no mines, no nothing. Nothing to show them just, well, more or less fields anymore.
Well, they don't have any mining museums or anything there.
Well, they got the mining museum there at...
they closed up all the mines, so you can't go in there.
Yeah, the mines are just gone.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid growing up over there, they were everywhere. There was a mine, shoot, some of them 10, 15 feet apart, and some of them 500, 600 feet deep. Now, I know they were dangerous. I do know that.
Yeah.
And they said they were causing cancer, but still yet they should have left enough that you could still see part of the history. You know, you can see it in the museum,
Yeah.
But what's a museum show you if you can go out and see it in real life? I like it.
I see. So
I like history. I like to see it alive. I don't like to go in and to me that's kind of like the cliff dwellings. Why tear something up that was part of history, or leave some of it? I don't say leave it all, but fill up the mines or whatever, but leave some history. And that's what I like about this place. As far as I'm concerned, as long as this old motel, as long as somebody don't come in and tear it down on me,
yeah,
I'll keep it from now on. And,
stay right here.
Yeah, because it's part of history. It's part of history. And nobody's going to make any money off of a place like this. You're not going to get rich off of it, and anybody thinks you are, you're crazy. but it's part of history.
Blue and Gray Cafe here in Carthage, still vestiges of the Civil War. The South came to Carthage, of course, and burned this town. Missouri was divided in the Civil War between North and South, and this still looks like it's a Southern vestige. And the Confederacy is still celebrated right here in this cafe.
My name is Heather Kelly, and
Yep.
I'm the Executive Director for the Carthage Chamber of Commerce.
All right. Who came up with the design for this this courthouse? This looks like a castle from the,
Actually, it was done back in the
10th
early,
century.
late 1800s,
Yeah.
and no one specific, just a whole group of people all got together and said, hey, listen, let's put this courthouse together. And
Are you kidding? I mean, it
this
has
is all
turrets
Carthage
and
marble. Yeah,
Huh?
this is all Carthage marble. This
Yeah.
was from...
No, but look at the design. It looks
Oh,
like
I know.
it's out of a
It's
fairy tale
wonderful.
someplace.
Actually, the courthouse was designed by a large group of people, large citizens that came in to Carthage. It was burnt down at one point in time. And
In
they
the Civil
redesigned
War.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Southern, the rebels, the Confederate rebels burned it. Did they
Yeah.
burn the whole city?
The whole city.
You're kidding.
The whole city.
All right. Do you have any Route 66 stories?
We have had very interesting stories about Route 66. We've
Right.
had people as far away as Switzerland, Japan, that have come to tour just Route 66 just to see the communities along the way.
Can you think of one
Particular
instance,
story?
one crazy, whacked out story?
A group
Okay, here we
of Switzerland people from Switzerland came through, and they were half naked.
Oh my God!
They
We can't put that on television. Oh yes, we can. Go ahead.
And they were half
My
naked.
kind of people, half naked people from Switzerland. you
They
know.
actually came in and went over to the deli for
Uh-huh.
lunch, and came over to the Chamber of Commerce and
Yeah.
told us all about their experiences along the way of Route 66, of which none of them I can talk about.
Oh, just tell us one. It's okay.
They had actually stopped at the old Route 66 drive-in and tried to stay there overnight.
Yeah.
And I believe they were fully naked when
Oh,
the police
my
came out and
God.
found them in their car parked at the old drive-in.
That's Missouri for you. All right.
We're very progressive.
That's it here from downtown Carthage at the Chamber of Commerce. You heard it first here at Jann Scott Tonight. This is Stephanie Ayers and her son Randy. This is Take Your Child to Work Day here in Carthage, as it is all across America. We continue our trip on Route 66. What do you do here?
Parking control up here on the square in the downtown area.
Oh, yeah. So what are you doing? Oh, I love this stick. Is that chalk?
Yes, it's chalk that we mark the tires with.
And how long can you park downtown?
2 hours.
And then what?
Then you get a ticket.
Uh-oh. They don't like tow your car?
No, you get a ticket for over 2 hours.
Oh. Are you having fun?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Yep.
What's the fun part of the job so far today?
Everything.
Everything? Really? Can you think of one thing that's like the most fun?
Giving people parking tickets.
Parking tickets, all right. Have you written any yet?
No.
No, okay. Have you written any this morning?
Yes, we have.
Oh.
Several.
Oh, really?
Several.
All right. Which way are you walking now?
We are going back to work.
Oh,
Back to the station.
Back to the police station? Okay, so you've already done all of these. This is CD's Pancake Hut here in Carthage, also a very famous place. Been run for a long time. CD's a real character, and he's got a brother named Dave who does a magazine on mules, especially jumping mules. Pretty weird people, pretty weird place, but interesting and fun, and they keep it all alive here and keep the sense of humor going, which is what we need more of here in America on Route 66. Jann Scott from Carthage.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66.